everyone, and welcome to my organized life, where I'm trying to get my life organized. If you are new to the channel, a huge hello and welcome to you. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here and supporting me in the channel. I truly appreciate you. So today is payday, and you know what that means. We're going to be going through and creating a new budget for this paycheck. I love doing this now, especially since I feel like I've kind of got this figured out. So it actually makes me look forward to it, not stress about it so much. Okay, so here we are in my numbers app. So this is basically the same as Microsoft's Excel, I think. I don't know, I'm not too tech savvy and I never really used Excel at all, so I'm not really sure how similar or different they are. But anyways, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to get rid of all of the previous numbers from last paycheck. These all stay. I'm going to get rid of that top one. These will change. I guess I can just go like this. That's so much easier. Okay. I'm not going to change taxes because I know that that stays the same. And actually those I probably could have kept the same too. Let's undo that. We'll get rid of the month one challenge because these should all stay the same. Again, taxes stays the same. Benefits is going to change. So let's start with cushion. So this is going to go up by $10. So this is now going to be $110. Okay, land tax stays on there, so let's see, let's go to sell, no fill. So the bills that I have going for this paycheck, so we've got land tax, I've got my bank fees, and then Photoshop. And that is it. So we're gonna go back to color fill. So these are the only ones there. So let's add these up. So we've got 125 plus 395 plus 1195 plus 31. So only $171.90 for bills. So I'm hoping that means I will be able to put a good chunk of this paycheck towards my benefits. Okay, so let's go to envelopes. I think the $35 for cab is working. I know that I don't need, or I know that I can go less than 35, but I feel comfortable with this number, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with 60 for lunch. Groceries, probably will have to do another bigger shop, so I'll put that at 200. Takeout will be the usual 65. Miscellaneous, I'd like to keep that at 70. I can change that if I don't have enough to cover everything that I want though. Beauty, I need to keep this at least at 70, but I'm gonna put that at 120, and then pet is gonna be 60. So my reason for putting beauty at 120, if I can, is because I'm gonna be paying for my mom's nails too. So rather than using my card, I'm going to try and fund that this way. I'm going to see if it's possible, and then if not, then I might change that and put a little bit on my card. I know I shouldn't, but we're going through lockdown here, so it's going to be a little bit before we can get our nails done again anyway, so it needs to be done. So 35 plus 60. So just going to add all of the envelopes up. So if my math was right there, these should equal 610. I'm just going to double check that. Okay, so that is right. These, I believe, all stay the same. a reference here to my sheets. 15 carbon, 75 for taxes, 2015, 2030, 55. I didn't buy cat food last paycheck, so I'm going to be putting $60 towards the cats. This is actually, let's see, I need to add a couple rows. Nope, not where I wanted it though. Here. Okay, so we got emergency fund and emergency pet fund. So this 60, I believe, is actually going to be going towards the emergency pet fund. So we're finally going to be putting a little bit towards that. And then for the monthly challenges, just adding them both up. So I bought the Budget Moms 2021 Savings Challenges. So between the two challenges for this month that I'm doing, it'll equal 105. I'm a little bit OCD with this stuff. I don't like when they're on that side. I'd rather have them in the middle. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add these up and we'll put this number here. And my reasoning for putting these numbers down here is because these could change. I don't put them up here until I'm 100% certain, so my bills are not going to change, so that number just goes up here. Okay, so let's see. So it'd be 462. And I'm just going to double check that. Okay, so that's right. Nothing for this one. Oops. Okay, Walmart MasterCard. Putting at least $50 on that. And this, I'm going to put this in concrete because I do not want to change this. So 50 plus 75, so 125. Okay, let's go ahead and put in income here. So from Sev, I made $966. 59 cents. Job number 2 would be the usual 320, and then a rollover is 376.28. Okay, let's add these up. 966.59 plus 320 plus 376.28. That equals 1662.87. All right, so let's see where we're sitting right now. So we're going to subtract the bills, so minus 171.90. We're going to subtract the envelopes, so 610. We're going to subtract sinking funds, so 462, extra debt, 125. Okay, so this puts us in a pretty good position. I like this. Even with having a really high beauty budget, this definitely works. So let's see, then if we subtracted the 110, we would be able to put $183.97 towards my benefits, and I feel like that's a good number. I think think I can work with that. I don't think I need to really change anything else. Okay, let's put that in here. So 183.97. Oops. 183.97. Okay, so I need $284 for the benefits. So that would mean that I would only have to save, oops. It's 183. I only have to save about $100 for next paycheck, which would be really nice. Okay, I'm gonna put an extra $20 towards puppy, I think. So this would be $75. My reasoning for doing this is because my mom wants to get the dogs fixed as soon as possible, and she's paying the upfront costs and I'm just paying her back. And since she wants to get that done as soon as they turn 6 months old, I'm not going to quite make that goal, I don't think. So I think I just want to bump this up a little bit more. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so envelopes aren't changing, so we're going to transfer 610 to up here. We can delete that there, so that's good. Sinking funds did change, so we added another $20. So 462 plus 20. So this should be 482. I'm going to go through and just recount these again just to make sure that that is the correct amount. Yeah, 482. Okay, so we're good there. $293.97. Okay, so let's take our income total. Okay, we'll subtract our bills. And then envelopes. Sinking funds. Extra debt should leave us with $273.97. Oh, that's right, because I changed this. Okay, yeah, so this is $163.97. And this is $173.97. Okay, let's go through and do that one more time just to make sure that we're not having any mistakes early on. So minus $171.90. Minus 610, minus 482, minus 125 equals 273.97. Perfect. So I feel really good about this. It's definitely always a little bit easier when I have enough money to cover everything. It's easier to find a place to put extra money rather than if I didn't have enough to cover everything, then I've really got to work and find places to take money away where I know it's not going to hurt my budget too much. But I'm happy with this. I think I can manage this. I'm excited to be able to put a little bit more towards puppy. I cannot wait till this cost is gone. And then this will just be a food cost, which will probably be around $50 a paycheck. So it'll still be about the same, but a little bit less expensive and probably not as often either. So that'll be nice. So yeah, this is how I work my budget out on the computer. I'm absolutely loving doing it this way. It is saving me so many headaches. So from here, we're just going to take this. I'm going to take a picture. So from here, a lot of people print this out. I'm just going to take a picture and use that to work off of for the budget book, which we're going to jump to now. So this is my budget binder. This has my PDF version of the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck workbook, along with some other online resources. So this is going to be our first budget for May. So we're going to flip to May. So let's take a look at the monthly overview or monthly spread or whatever you want to call this, dashboard, lots of different things you could refer to this as. So this is today. So the bills we're going to be covering, I did end up covering Netflix with my last paycheck and TELUS, so I don't have to worry about those. So I've got land tax, and then nothing for this week. And then on the 17th, I've got bank fees, and the 18th, I have Photoshop. Those are the only bills coming out though. So that is going to be really awesome for saving and trying to get ahead for next week. Because next week we'll have a few more bills. We'll have, I wanted to do these too. I didn't notice that when I did my, I didn't notice this when I did my spreadsheet, so this might throw my numbers off if I do want to do this. I don't necessarily have to, but this one technically, this will be fine, because this one technically gets paid already throughout the month, because I put $50 minimum per paycheck, and that usually covers my minimum requirement on my MasterCard. So I more just have this here as a reminder that this is the date that that's usually due. And then HP Instant Ink will only be $5, so I think we can work that into the budget. I did forget about those. Oh, and looks like I've got a sticky note here. I'm going to have to actually refer to my budget book when I'm doing this. So I want to add $2 to cats. That shouldn't be an issue either. Okay, so I'm just going to take this off. This is just a magnetic bookmark. It makes it really easy to quick flip to my most used areas. So I usually have one on my current paycheck, my expense trackers, my category tracker, and then my sinking funds. Okay, so I'm just going to take these pages out. So here we have this. I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know, should I speed this part up or not? I think that's everything there. So let's go through, and I'm going to grab my numbers off of my numbers worksheet here. Okay, so let's start here with income. So SEV is $966.59. Job number 2 will be $320. And then the rollover is $376.28. Okay, and then other, we're going to put 0. This is for any incoming income throughout this pay period. And then because we have our spreadsheet here, I don't have to do any math. I already know what the totals are. So this is $1,662.87. Okay, so land tax, this will be $125. Basic fee is $3.95, plus fee is $11.95. So it's just over $15 for the two of those. Photoshop, I always budget $31 for that. There is a US to Canadian dollar conversion, so it's always a little bit off. It's usually anywhere between like $27 to $30. So I usually go $31, and that will usually cover it. Walmart MasterCard, that will get paid here, but I just have that here, that way I know that that was included in this paycheck. And then HP Instant Ink, I've got to remember we got to take $5 away from something to include this, because I forgot about this one. Okay, which means this one will have changed. So this should be $176.90. I'm gonna double check that though. So $125 Plus $3.95, $11.95, $31 and $5. Okay, so we're good there. Okay, let's come down to envelopes. Okay, so we got 35 for cab. Let's take that 5 from cab. So I don't think I'm gonna need that many cab rides, even if the weather did change. So we'll go $30 for cab, and that covers the $5 for the instant ink. So we'll go $30 there. Lunch is $60. Groceries is $200. Takeout, we're given $65. Miscellaneous will be $70. $120 for beauty to cover my mom and I. And then pet will get its usual $60. Okay, so these are all the same except for this one, so we're just going to subtract 5. So this should be $605. But again, we're going to double check just to make sure. So 30, 60, 200, 65, 70, 120, and 60. So yeah, 605. Okay, coming over to sinking funds. Okay, so the total for this is $482. So I'm going to take $482 and I'm going to subtract what we're putting towards the May challenges. So this is 105. So I'm going to subtract 105, so that's 377 going towards sinking funds. Okay, Walmart MasterCard gets 50. Taxes gets its usual 75. And then this total will be 125. Don't know why I put a dollar sign there. I sometimes do that. I should have my cushion on top and then my benefits, I think. Let's change this. Okay, I want cushion, benefits, and then rollover. Okay, so cushion is 110. And then benefits, it's a little bit blurry on my picture, but I think it's $163.97. We'll know at the end, and then rollover would be 0. Okay, this adding $2 to cats is going to mess me up. I'll figure out a way to do that, but I think for now I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna go through and see what's coming out in cash, what's gonna be from the debit account, and what's going to be savings. But first I'm gonna go through and color code everything else, and then I'll go through what's gonna be which account with you guys. There's everything highlighted, and I decided to continue just highlighting at the end of the words just because covering over them sometimes makes them hard to see. So as much as I'm not a complete fan of the overall look of this, it's more functional, so we'll keep it that way. Okay, so cash is going to be green, so anything that's going to be cash, we're going to highlight green. So bills won't be cash. All of our envelopes will be. Groceries will be half debit. Sinking funds will be. Oh, beauty's not going to be. I messed up there. Okay. Taxes will be. Okay, debit. So my plus fee is going to come out of my debit account because that's the fee for that account. Groceries is going to be half debit, and beauty is actually going to be all debit. think that's it for there. And then everything else I believe is going to be out of the savings account. Let's see, land tax, basic fee, Photoshop, HP Instant Ink. Yep, that's all basic. Walmart MasterCard, and then this stuff is going to stay in the basic account. So that looks good there. I'm just going to make sure everything that's cash is going to be on here. So cab, lunch, groceries, takeout, miscellaneous, not doing beauty and cash, pets, and then all of the sinking funds, which is included here. So everything in cash is on here, which is good. Let's go through and make sure this adds up. Okay, so we're starting with $1,662.87. And we're going to subtract our bills, so minus $176.90. So that'll leave us with $1,485.97. Minus 605. So $880.97. Minus 482. $398.97 minus 125 is $273.97, and then I forgot to add these up. This total should be, yeah, $273.97. Okay, so those are all good there. I didn't write them up here just so there would be less to erase if there was an error. So that zeroes that out. So every penny has a place to go. So let's go through and break this down. Okay, so we need 35 for cab, 60 for lunch. Groceries I'm going to hold off on because some of that is going to be left in the account. Takeout is going to be 65. Miscellaneous is 70, pet is 60. Then these should get their usual amounts. So 15 for carbon, 75 for taxes, 20 for anniversary, 15 for back to school, vacation gets 20, 30 for rain, 55 goes to Christmas, and we bumped puppies for this paycheck just because we had a little bit extra, so we'll put 75 towards him. $20 for birthdays, 67 for the 50 treat challenge, 60 for the pet emergency fund. I'm excited to start funding that. It won't last very long before I have to start saving up for cat food again, but at least we'll have a little bit in there. And then 105, I think. Yeah, 105 for the May challenge. Okay, so I know for groceries, I usually always put my change on that, and I only have $1 in change, which is going to be a problem because I need 67 for challenge. Everything else I think adds in a 0 or ends in a 0 or a 5, so we're good there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in $1 from my change jar just to cover these $2, and then when I make a transaction and have change, I'll take $1 out and put it in my change jar so that way it balances out. So groceries will be an even 100 cash, 100 in the account. Hopefully that works. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so I'm just going to add these up. Actually, okay, before we add this up and get too far into it, I've got an idea. Okay, so here is my change. I'm going to take out $5 from what I already have. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I think this is a better way to solve this problem because then I don't have to remember to take something out of my wallet and potentially mess my budget up, even if it is by only $1. I'm coming after a 0 difference budget this month. Okay, so I guess before we add these up and before we decide what's going to be for groceries, just to make sure everything adds up, we should come in and do our already have. So let's do that first. Okay, so let's put 60 towards the emergency pet fund, because that was technically the 60 for their cat food anyways, so put that there. Okay, we'll do another 60 for pet here. So we don't need anything for these two. Okay, so we're gonna go 5, 6, 7 for the 52-week challenge. Then we'll only need 60. So we got quite a few 20s here. So I'm gonna put these towards lunch. So I already have 60 there, don't need that. Okay. I'm gonna put that $2 in towards the cats that I wanted to throw in there. Ooh, this pen is terrible sometimes. I don't know why it does that. It's like the end gets so dirty and then it just doesn't erase properly. Oh well, okay. Okay, so we're gonna put $2 towards that. I'm gonna work that into my budget in just a second here because I know that's gonna throw me off. So then 10. I don't have any that need just 10, so we'll put 10 towards Carbon here. So he'd only need 5. Let's jump back here for a sec. How do we do this? So I gotta take $2 away from something. I'm thinking groceries. Okay, this is gonna bump my sinking funds up by 2. 377, so this would be 379. Right, so do 379. 105 equals 44. Yeah, so that went up by 2, so we're good there. This number is going to change. This one's going to change. This one will change. I think I'm just going to change it from my benefits. That way I don't have to worry about anything else. I just have to work from here down. Okay, so we had 880.97 left from here, so we're going to subtract 484. So that's 396.97 minus 125 is 271.97 minus 110, so 161.97 for benefits. So I'm just going to minus what we had previously, which was 163.97, should equal $2. So this should be good still. Okay, not going to overthink that. I think that worked. Then we've got $2 left, so we're going to put that towards groceries. So groceries is going to be 102. That gets rid of that. So then 200 minus 102, so we're going to have $98 left in the account. Okay, I think think this is gonna work. Okay, so now let's add these up. Okay, 951. Okay, minus the already have, which is, I've got that here from closing out my paycheck, 201. So minus 201 should equal 750. So this is what we should actually have to pull. Okay, I think that works out good. So let's go back up to here. We've got 5, 10, 20s, 50s, and 100s. And I'm technically not really going to use this at all. I'm going to jump to down here. So I want 700s and 150 because I'm going to be adjusting my sinking funds. So all of my cash envelopes are going to be in super small denominations because I need to make these ones larger denominations to create a bit more room. So that's what I'm going to do this paycheck because it's getting a little bit snug. So 7 of these, 1 of these, this will be 700, this is 50 for 750. So that should work out good there. So that makes that part easy. Okay, I'm going to go through and do what I usually do here. If anybody's new, my second job, I get paid through PayPal, so I don't always have the funds right away. So I need to make sure what I can move to my account to make sure that I have enough left in my savings account for everything I need there. Okay, so this is why I always like to double check. So when I go through here, this is everything that I need to have come out of that account and stay in this account. This is the account that my paychecks get deposited into. So I need to make sure that I have $486.92. So then I take what I have in there, then I take this and subtract 320 because I'm going to have 320 put in there later, which means I need to leave $166.92 in that account. Because if I leave that much in and then I get that $320 from my other job, that's going to equal the amount that I need. From there, I can take what's in my debit account, or I can take what's the total amount in that account, so $1,124.73, and I can subtract this number. And that gives me what I should be able to pull from that account. And then from there, I add what's still left in that account. So I still have $17.14. So after I move this much into my account, this is the amount that I will have. And then to double check, I go through and everything that is in pink, I'm going to subtract and I'm going to see if that's right. So we're going to be taking $750 out of this. We're going to have a payment coming out for $11.95. We are leaving $98 worth of groceries in there. And then we were supposed to have $120 for beauty in there. So that is off by $5. So I went through and recounted my money and everything and just looking at this before I found the problem. And then I was thinking that $5 is what we needed for the HP Instant Ink. I lowered my cab money, which I forgot to do here. So double checking is always good. So that means this $951, we're now going to subtract $5 from that. It's now $946. Minus the 201 that we have is $745. See, I would have pulled out too much and would have screwed myself over. Even though it was only $5, but still. It would have thrown me off, and it probably would have been a huge headache to try and come back and figure out what happened. So we can't pull out a 50 here. We're gonna have to do 2 20s and a 5. So 2 20s will be 40 and 1 5 will be 5, so you've got 745. Now, just because I'm always paranoid, I'm gonna go through and double check that again. So I'm gonna pull $957.81 from that account. Add that with what's already in there. That would be the new account balance. Okay, we're gonna subtract $11.95. We're gonna subtract 98. Subtract 120, and that equals 745, which is what we're pulling out for our cash envelopes. So that is good there. Okay, and then so I probably don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways because I don't want the tellers at the bank thinking I'm going easy on them. It's just this once. For a total of 745. There we go. So we covered everything, even a couple of road bumps that I'd forgotten about. Was not prepared for, but we still made it work, still efficiently. This still looks clean. It's not giving me a headache, which I think is extremely helpful in trying to go through and rework things. So I'm liking that. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. I think this is it. All right, so there is the budget for this month. We included all of the bills that I set out to, which is good. So everything looks good there. I've got a whole month set up, I think. Got my paycheck dates, my cash amounts, the starting balances for those. Oh, I guess I do need to set this up. All right, there, we got everything we need set up for this paycheck and most of the month. So that is everything. I feel really good about this budget. I always enjoy having a little bit more than what I need to work with. It's nice to be able to get ahead on a couple things. So I'm happy about that. I think this rollover will definitely help for when the benefits need to come out this month, which on the plus side, benefits money will be going on to my credit card. So hopefully no credit card spending. I'm going to try my best not to even touch that thing. I should just leave it at home, honestly. But it's good to have in emergencies, at least until I get an emergency fund situated, in which case I would probably still use my credit card and then use my emergency fund to immediately pay the credit card off. So not carrying it around with me is just not feasible, especially with a young child. It's good to have that little bit of extra wiggle room if I absolutely need it, but no miscellaneous credit card charges. Dang it. We're going to be good this month. But yeah, that is everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing my cash envelope stuffing video. I'm going to be doing adjusting my sinking funds video. So those are coming up here. See if I can give you guys a heads up on what date. Interesting, I don't have them written down. Okay, well, cash envelope stuffing video will be out on Tuesday. And then I think we'll go for Thursday. This will be adjusting sinking funds. So that video will be out for Thursday. So if you're interested in those, keep an eye out. This is just kind of like an overview of when I would like to have videos out. It does not necessarily happen. Life does tend to get in the way, but this is what I hope for. So keep an eye out for those videos if there's something that you're interested in. But if you like this video, would you please give it a thumbs up? And if you'd like to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe and ring the notification bell. I would really appreciate it. As always, take care, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!